gonna be the surprise entrant at Royal Rumble and who is definitely not? Here are the latest Women's Royal Rumble 2023 news and rumors. Welcome everyone to News and Rumor episode. I'm DS and I am joined by very special guest. It is wrestling and entertainment host and writer at the very prestigious PWI. Got Candice Cordelia here. Welcome.
Thank you. That was such an awesome intro. I am pumped. I'm ready to go and talk about these wacky rumors that are just floating around about the Royal Rumble these days.
So Royal Rumble is happening this Saturday, and unlike last year where they announced a lot of the legends and surprise entrants, this year they did not. So we don't know what's going on. There's only 8 or 10 people confirmed right now, so there's speculation rampant. Just to give a background information, I counted and I might totally be wrong, but it seems to me like there's 22 active wrestlers that might be joining in Royal Rumble. I didn't count the 2 champions, valets like Scarlett, Maxine, Valhalla, who might be in this match, and inactive superstars like Ronda Rousey, Aaliyah, Natty, Shotzi, Carmella. Also, the other piece of information is that WWE recently announced Cody Rhodes, who will be joining Men's Royal Rumble. And the reason they said they announced this big news is that they're very confident about some of the surprises that's going to happen in this show. So they're confident about the surprises. Zero News reported that WWE is offering a lot of one-time appearance fees to out-of-company wrestlers. And Fightful Select just reported the company is considering non-traditional surprises this year, extending beyond the usual returns of faces from the past.
Wow. I mean, considering that we're coming away from Raw 30, a lot of controversy surrounding that, especially given what the Bella Twins talked about in their Instagram live story not too long ago. I think it would behoove them to really do the fans a solid, and they have to get this right. With Royal Rumble, as you know, DS, you never know what's going to happen. There's always the chance for surprises. There's always the chance for legends that we haven't seen in such a long time to come back. I know that Jazz recently stated, someone asked her during a live streaming and a signing that she was doing if she was going to be at the Royal Rumble, and she was a bit coy about it. Maybe it could happen, maybe it wouldn't. I personally would love to see Jazz at the Royal Rumble. A lot of people would. Other people that I would love to see, for example, Chelsea Green. I'm really holding out for her appearance.
So I have this full list of rumors that's going around. Some with more reporting on it, some very much speculation. But let's kind of go through the list. So we've got the yays, the ones that might be appearing. The first one on the list is Nia Jax. This was a very recent news, but PW Insider reported that according to several WWE Insider, Nia Jax is expected to be part of Women's Royal Rumble this year. It was talk among a lot of the talents in the road past weekend. Also, it is not decided if it will be one-off Rumble appearance or it will be a full-time return.
I'm here for it. Whether it's a full-time return or a one-off, I think it will be one of the biggest surprises of the night. I'm a huge Nia Jax fan. I've always loved her. I've always found her entertaining. She's gorgeous. I think a comeback, even if it was just a one-off, would be absolutely insane and unexpected, and I would love to see it.
I love that you're a Nia Jax fan because I'm also a Nia Jax fan. I know there's a lot of you that's not, but I am thoroughly entertained by her all the time, so I'm kind of I'm so down for it. Who can ever forget my hole? That was the best moment of pandemic.
I almost forgot about that, DS, but that's the thing. Nia is so entertaining. She's down for whatever. I think if she comes back, it would just be so fantastic. It would garner a pop. I really think it would garner a pop.
So just last week, Nia was asked about if she will ever wrestle again. She responded with "sorry, wrong number" gif. So it seems like she's saying she's done with the business. She also talked about in a previous interview that she turned down 2022 Rumble invite, which is kind of crazy from WWE's part because they just released her.
You got the call to be a part of the Rumble, did you not?
Oh yeah, I did. How freaking awkward is that, right?
The second name, like you already mentioned, is Chelsea Green. She recently just posted on Twitter the photo of her in previous Royal Rumble in 2020. And for months, Chelsea Green's return has been rumored everywhere. And it was reported earlier this month that Chelsea Green actually signed with WWE and just is waiting for that comeback angle.
See, she's one that I think there's a huge high possibility of her coming back. I know some people are kind of on the fence and thinking, I'm not too sure, don't really know. Another person I think that would garner a huge pop. There's been little hints here and there that I've seen on social media, especially Twitter, that are leaning towards her making a return. And I think if she does, there's no better way than the Royal Rumble. And I think that we just have to wait and see as to what happens. But I would love to see Chelsea back. You know, Emma has just recently come back as well. So I think like a mixing between those two would be quite awesome.
Chelsea Green had really good thing going with VXT as the tag team with Deonna Purrazzo, but she just left saying that I'm going home.
Where are you going? I'm going home.
She probably means WWE. So
Yes.
hopefully she has a lot of Band-Aid around her wrist this time. So hopefully that's all good.
Drink the milk. Let's get it going.
Next name is none other than Naomi. So Fightful reported that WWE is confident Naomi will return to the company. And Sean Ross said the higher-ups in WWE said there have been contact between Naomi and the company, but no timetable was provided for her potential return. Her return is not talked about specifically regarding Royal Rumble, but number 30 spot seems like a perfect spot for Naomi.
Oh yeah, I think also this would be a great time to see Naomi come back well before WrestleMania. We've just been anticipating it. She recently put out pictures, some fashion photos and a photo shoot that she's recently done. And I think just with everything that's transpired within the latter part of last year, her time would be now. It would be so special to see her come back at the Rumble. And I know she'd be looking fabulous and would get probably the biggest pop of the night. I think Naomi would garner the biggest pop. And I just want to see her in the bloodline. I'm ready for Naomi in the bloodline.
Would you rather have her come in to a Rumble as like her glow with the neon, or come in with the entire bloodline?
The entire bloodline. That would be sick. I'm not knocking the glow. That is most likely her best era, or one of her best eras in the glow gimmick. But I think the bloodline, her just coming through with like all the guys, you know, Sammy pumping her up, that would be incredible.
I mean, if I want to be like really out there, I would love to be a glow and Roman Reigns to come out with Naomi and like start twerking together.
I don't know if Roman would say yes to that. That would be a visual spectacle. I don't know if we're there yet. Dia.
So next thing we have is Kairi Sane, who is the IWGP Women's Champion. So Zero News said that they are reaching out to people outside of their company because they're trying to do something new. And Kairi Sane, there have been backstage chatter about bringing in Kairi Sane as of December. So this is from Wrestling Observer Newsletter. Regarding rumors of Kairi Sane returning to Royal Rumble, what we do know is that as of past week, which is December, there has been no contact from WWE to Stardom, but there has been some backstage chatter about it. Maybe they made their contact, maybe not, maybe the whole angle with Mercedes stopped that.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Now that we have Mercedes and Kairi doing this deal right now and going forth in this new chapter at Stardom, it makes you wonder. That's not to say that she couldn't do it, but then you have to think, oh, well, then what happens with Mercedes? That would be really interesting to see where that goes. But it's not like they're a package deal. I mean, WWE could make that. They could make that bid for her. She could come do a one-off and then go back and do Stardom things. If they're able to get that deal going, I think it's a possibility. It would be cool to see.
I feel like knowing how WWE is a little bit petty, if before Mercedes situation, I feel like Kairi coming in as the IWGP champion, that seems like something that they would love to do, especially with Knockout champion Mickie James coming in last year. But now that there's like Mercedes match happening in February, I don't know if WWE wants to be like promoting basically that match through having Kairi on the Royal Rumble. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's a question mark.
Next name we have is Beth Phoenix the Glamazon. So PW Insider said it is rumored that the returning Edge and Beth Phoenix will be taking on Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley in a mixed tag match at Elimination Chamber. So with that rumor, Edge and Beth Phoenix returning for Royal Rumble is also a possibility that's talked about backstage.
That's also highly likely in my book. And, you know, we're in January. That would just set the stage for keeping the fire stoked in terms of Beth versus Rhea, which I saw that, exchange that they had at Extreme Rules in person in Philly. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have to revisit this. That was awesome to see live. And I really want to see that again. And now Rhea has this new leash on life. She's mother.
She has leash on Dominic too.
Exactly. Exactly. A new leash on life, a leash on Dominic. She's our mommy. I just want to see her and Beth go at it again. Like, just give that to me. That's what I care about.
I'm so jealous that you saw it in person, because when Rhea Ripley the chair shot to the head, I was so freaking scared.
We're screaming. I was there with my brother and we were just like, wait, what's happening? And everyone around us, it was deafening. We were screaming. We were just like, what's happening? What's going on?
So the next name is someone in the current roster, but she's been gone. So it's Doudrop. So PW Insider report that Doudrop would be making a return around Royal Rumble. It was previously reported that Doudrop has been away from WWE because she's been recovering from illness.
I would love to see Doudrop come back. It seems like it's been a while since we've seen her on TV. I'm trying to think of the last month we saw her, but regardless.
Honestly, I don't want to see Doudrop back.
No, why not?
I need Piper Niven back. Because that name needs to be Doudrop ASAP.
We just want to see Homegirl back. We just want to see whichever incarnation. I miss her. I miss her flavor. I miss her sprightliness. I just miss her.
So, and the next ones are more there's speculations going on. There's some social media chatters. IIconics. So we know that Cassie Lee Peyton Royce just had baby in January 17th, but she might be a Wonder Woman because she just posted on Instagram, quotation, keep an eye out for the glam at Royal Rumble. So she's teasing something for Royal Rumble. Summer Rae was recently at Raw backstage, and she also posted this video of her training with Liv Morgan in a wrestling ring. So that kind of caused this whole fuel to is she coming to Royal Rumble again? Alicia Fox has been posting tons of wrestling content lately, so that also has been kind of fueling rumors. And lastly, Candice Michelle, this is kind of a promotion, but she did say on Ring the Bell that she's so down to be in Royal Rumble. When are we seeing Candice Michelle at Royal Rumble?
No, I get this question all the time. Do you know this? I'm so down for it.
Yes.
I look at it like how I look at an actor that's promoting, or a musician promoting their next project. You know how they drop these little teasers and get people talking? And I've noticed that Summer has been really vocal lately. And I've seen her just coming up more in conversation. She was recently on Busted Open. And I'm like, okay, something's about to pop off. If it's not the Royal Rumble, I think she's going to come back in some way, shape, or form to WWE at least. Is it going to be long term? Who's to say? If she doesn't come back at Royal Rumble, I can see it happening before Mania at least.
Let's go to the nays. People that will probably not show up on Royal Rumble. First one on the list is Ronda Rousey. This is from Fightful. So originally Ronda Rousey was scheduled to defend her SmackDown Women's Championship against Raquel at Rumble, but things have changed. Now Charlotte Flair is a champion and Ronda is nowhere to be seen. There is currently no plans for Ronda Rousey to show up at Rumble just at all. So she will be missing Rumble.
You know what? When it comes to Ronda, I say never say never. We say maybe not right now, but then if she shows up, I really wouldn't be surprised. And I know people would be none too pleased. We would have some people that are like, why is Ronda here? When it comes to these big moments and these PLEs, it's I always am not surprised to see Ronda, and I know some folks are not too keen on Ronda, but I actually veer towards potentially seeing her, even though the rumor is that she's most likely going to be a no-show. I could see her actually showing up at the Rumble. WrestleMania is around the corner. It seems far away, but it's around the corner.
Michelle McCool just posted on Twitter pretty recently that WWE has not contacted her, even though that's currently where she lives, so she probably won't be in Royal Rumble, but she did say that she is open to go around the crowd area, which is very interesting for me because I feel like Michelle McCool being in Royal Rumble, I'm always super into it. And last year, remember, Lita had this whole program after Royal Rumble with Becky. Recently, Charlotte Flair said that Michelle McCool's her dream match, and I feel like Michelle McCool versus Charlotte Flair seems like a great plan.
Right. You would think, but like we say, there's always surprises at Royal Rumble, and a lot of these people, a lot of the talent are like, I wasn't invited, and sometimes that encourages them to get invited. So perhaps last minute they might throw Michelle McCool in. If she's gonna be there, she's from there, you know, we could see her too.
And lastly, you mentioned this name already, but this is my pick on who I really want to see in Rumble, but it's Jazz. So she was recently asked about Royal Rumble. She said, truthfully right now, I probably can't. My knees are that up. So this is actually the answer that she gave me last year too, but it seems like maybe she didn't fix everything up yet. Doesn't seem like she is physically ready for Rumble return.
I just want to see her. I just want to see Jazz. I feel like a lot of people miss Jazz, myself included. I just want to see her make an appearance, even if she can't wrestle. I think that would be nice, and it's something that we've been waiting for a while. It would be nice to see her. If not at the Rumble, maybe we'll just see how her knees are for Mania.
Or Hall of Fame. She could walk Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Why not? Let's go. We're pro Jazz in here, so.
So these are currently the yay and nay list that I have compiled online. On top of that, this is probably fake, but there is a quotation leaked list that shows from everything from the winner to the number 1 to number 30. Everyone has access to Microsoft Word or Google Docs and printer. Anyone who has access to that can make this, but it brought in some attention, so we're gonna entertain this by going over it. But from this, it seems like the surprise is Caitlyn, Naomi, Kairi Sane, and Chelsea Green.
Those seem pretty accurate to me, in my mind at least.
You're like, this is the truth.
It is. Listen, I'm big on manifestation, so you know what? If the list was leaked, it was leaked for a reason, DS. Let's just put it in the universe. We're gonna see them there. I would love Caitlyn. Oh my goodness.
So that is currently the rumor that we have about Royal Rumble. But there's another interesting nugget of news, not about current Rumble, but about previous Rumble. We all know that Bianca Belair, the EST, won the 2021 Royal Rumble, which just from there she was unstoppable. But the news came out that Charlotte Flair was supposed to win Royal Rumble. So according to former WWE writer Chris Dunn, Charlotte Flair was originally booked to win the 2021 Royal Rumble before this fellow writer Ryan Ward argued to Vince McMahon that Belair should be the one to win the match. And he said, Vince, if you look at the Royal Rumble tomorrow, you have Edge winning and Charlotte winning. We're not making any new stars. And I think that really resonated with Vince.
I mean, I read the story, or the news report rather, and I was thinking, if this were to pass, oh my days, it would have been the case that was made for making new stars. Absolutely. I mean, if we had gotten Charlotte to win that again, it would have been, for me at least, another hot potato situation between her and Sasha. You know, if you want to revisit it, fine. But Bianca, I think everything worked out perfectly the way it did. They needed a new star at that time. I think people were getting just fed up with seeing Charlotte win over and over and over again. And I think the stars just aligned, and we have what we have now. I mean, we probably wouldn't have had Bianca versus Mercedes, or at the time Sasha Banks, which was just history making, right? So we have to think, goodness, if Charlotte were to have won that Royal Rumble, things would have been completely different. And how would WWE have looked, now, even with the stars that they have, if that were to pass? So I'm all here for the decision was made.
Praises be to Ryan Ward for saving us from another Charlotte Flair Royal Rumble catastrophe. Because if you remember, Charlotte won 2020, and she challenged Rhea Ripley, and then Rhea lost, and there was like whole what was going on, and nothing really came out of it, really.
Right.
So the fact that they wanted to redo that, which was, I'm shocked that they even went there. So I'm so glad that Mr. Ryan, very, very thankful. Thank you so much for joining in for this very special Royal Rumble news and rumor episode. Candice, where can we all find you?
Absolutely. So you can find me, everyone, on Twitter at Candace, that's Candace Cordelia. You can also find me on Instagram at thatgirlcandace1616. Give me a shout out. Say what your predictions are. I don't bite. I love to talk with everyone. And I can't wait to meet you all virtually. And thank you so much, DS, for having me. This was such a joy. I can now take this off my bucket list. This is something that I've wanted to do for a while. Just being on your show is such an honor. So thank you.
Oh, it is off of my bucket list too, because I was waiting to talk to you, and so I'm so glad that this happened. And you can all find me at Instagram DS Shin and Twitter Ring the Bell DS. See you next time. Bye.